Okay, we're doing this the old school way because I broke my tripod, silly me, and I propped up my camera on my computer games, so please don't fall. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something exciting. If you're new here, my name is Arden. Welcome. Feel free to subscribe or, just lurk if that's what you're into. Yeah, by the way, I'm drinking because I feel like drinking. I am doing the International Booktube tag today because I'm not from USA, as you can probably hear from my accent. And I thought this would be fun. So let's get started, shall we? Where are you from and what is your native language or languages? I'm from Slovenia. Some people call themselves Slovenes, some people call themselves Slovenians. I like to say I'm a Slovenian. I don't know why. My native language is Slovenian or Slovene. And I'm also half Croatian from my dad's side. So I would like to say that I speak Croatian, but I understand it. Does that make sense? In what languages do you read books? I read solely in English, only in English. I don't like Slovenian books because I feel like the language is a bit cringy. Some of the words used by the translators aren't really the best. And I don't feel that it flows as naturally as, most other books do. In English, for example. So I read only in English, and that's been going great because before, when I was trying to read in high school or in school, they forced Slovenian books on us, and I was like, nope, not for me. And then I tried The Hunger Games in English for the first time. First English book that I read. And it was like, oh my gosh, amazing. So yeah, never going back. Is there Booktube in your native language? And if so, what is the community like? Honestly, I've only recently, from my Booktube newbie tag, found people who are from Slovenia that actually read books and make Booktube videos. So I don't really know what the community is like because it's such a small community. I've only found 2 or 3 people from Slovenia who do that. So yeah, they seem nice. I have high hopes for this community if it continues to grow in my country. Number 4. If there is a Booktube community in your native language, why did you decide to join the international one? Well, honestly, I was thinking about making videos in Slovenian, but I was like, I don't really, my Slovenian doesn't really flow as much as my English does, even though on videos, it doesn't really flow that well. But that's mostly because I'm really nervous most of the time. But I think, I don't imagine myself making videos in Slovenian simply because not a lot of Slovenian people read books and watch YouTube videos about books. You know what I mean? It's not as mainstream. People here, I find, and this is no offense, but I find that the Booktube or book reading communities aren't as grown as in other countries, and so the market for me as well would be really down, I guess. And I couldn't really get my videos out there, and that's all I want to do. I want to make friends, and I think that by making videos in English is, a little bit easier because more people understand you. There's more outreach, and you get more people commenting on your videos and talking to you, and that's really nice. So that's all I want. Are there any struggles or challenges for you as a non-native English speaker? Yeah, definitely. I do feel like there are moments where my vocabulary isn't that good. I have good days and bad days, depending on how much I read as well. Books influence my vocabulary so much. And so I do feel some other booktubers, they have an easier time getting their point across or reviewing books. I hate book reviews for that same reason, because I cannot explain myself well in English. And a lot of that is just because also for my anxiety, and comes from my anxiety and comes from my nervousness in front of the camera. And I do often come across as a very confident individual, but believe it or not, my anxiety is a real thing. And even my friends probably had a hard time believing that I have anxiety simply because I do not show it. And yeah, so I do feel like I am not on the level as some booktubers. For example, Emma Books, who I admire so much. I think she has some of the best content ever. The way she gets across her opinions and reviews books is like so good, and I feel like there's so much to learn from her. How do you get hold of English books? This is gonna be a bit of a story time, but I started with a local bookstore that I don't want to name, but I ordered a few books from them, and they took months to get here. Like months. And my sister, who ordered her books, the Lux series from Jennifer L. Armentrout, is still waiting for hers to arrive, even though she ordered them 5 years ago, and she still didn't get her order. I stopped buying from them once they sent me a paperback, even though I bought a hardback and I had the receipt, and I messaged them, and they were saying basically that I faked the receipt and that they sold me the right copy and they have the right copy in their system, and I switched out the books. And so then I switched to another local bookstore that is a real competitor. And I only buy their books when I'm in the bookstore, but I tend to buy on Book Depository now because their shipping is free, their books are often on sale, and I love Book Depository. Whenever I had a problem, their customer service is so amazing, even though I only had one problem once, and it wasn't their fault. So Book Depository, so that's how I get English books. What is the best thing about being part of the international community? You can answer in your native language and add subtitles if you want to. No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know, that seems like a lot of work. As a international individual, I think the best part would be that you understand more languages, more than one, and you get to sometimes stumble upon someone who makes videos in their own language, and you understand them when when other people don't, and you have your own internal jokes, and you're just like a unique individual, I guess, because you've been exposed to different cultures and to different you've been raised differently to other people. Do you watch other international booktube channels? Shout out the channel that you found recently. I guess not from Slovenia, like obviously, but I found, yeah, I do watch people who are not from the US or who are international. I don't think language is a barrier as long as I can understand them. But I can't think of a name right now. Oh, I feel so bad. The last question is, tag your fellow international booktubers. So I'm tagging all my international booktubers who are just like me. Please let me know if you are international, and comment down below to let me know where you're from, and I would love to watch your content and subscribe. So yeah, this tag was so much fun because I got to share a little bit of my life with you guys and tell you a little bit about myself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and do all the things. Click that notification bell just to keep yourself notified, and I'll see you next time. Okay.